what you're doing out there? Because my understanding is that it's pretty restrictive where you can go, who you can go with, where you eat, and all of that. And it can't be all basketball. What are you doing besides studying Morehead State, practicing, whatever you got to do?
Honestly, we just got our full clearance, I think this morning, where we could start kind of leaving our floor and really leaving our room. We couldn't leave our rooms for the first day and a half, basically, because we didn't have our test results back. So we practiced pretty late last night, which I think is kind of good because we're obviously going to play a late game, but I don't play video games. I got a book from here, the John Thompson book, start reading that. So honestly, it really is nothing but basketball for me. So other teammates probably got video games and other things they're kind of keeping up with, but study off, yeah. Academics for sure.
Our next question is from Howard Fendrich. Howard, please state your affiliation.
Hi, Howard Fendrich with the AP. Thanks for doing this. Just wanted to ask you about your memories growing up, watching the NCAA tournament, what maybe sticks out to you, and including whether you remember ever watching the One Shining Moment video that they run on TV for a couple minutes after the championship game ends.
Yeah, obviously growing up, it's been one of my biggest dreams to play in March Madness. Obviously, it's a little different this year, but nonetheless, I'm still happy to be here. One of the main games I think I remember is, how March Madness goes with Marcus Page hitting a big shot for North Carolina, and then Villanova coming down and Chris Jenkins hits the big shot. So obviously there's always been, big upsets, big shots by big time players, and is where they all come and, really get rolling. So it's exciting being here.
Do you know that song at all, the One Shining Moment song? You ever hear that in your head? Or
Yeah, a little bit, definitely.
Watching those videos, ever think to yourself, it would be kind of cool if I wind up with a little clip of myself in there at the end of the tournament?
Yeah, I think, every kid in the backyard dreams of, that last shot at the buzzer, winning a championship game or going to the Final Four and things like that. And just hearing that song play over and over again in your head.
Thank you.
John Raby from the Associated Press.
Deuce, been many challenges this season. How is this team able to adapt after Oscar's departure to get to the NCAA tournament?
Honestly, I got to give it to our coaches. It kind of all hit us as a little bit of surprise, but our coaches are well seasoned. They always have a plan for honestly anything, and we knew as players if we listened to them, it was going to go in our favor. So we just trusted the process.
Did you feel like you had to do anything or change anything, or do you remember saying, I'm going to step up in this area in order to make up for his exit?
I think, we came together as a team and everybody knew they had to step up, from top to bottom. Guys understood that obviously he was a big part of the team, and him leaving, really freed up and had some opportunities for other guys to step in, like our redshirt freshman Jalen Bridges. He's came in and done a lot for us.
Jared Siri from the Daily Afternoon.
Hey, Deuce, I wanted to give you a moment, some time for reflection. You began your college career last year as a freshman coming off the bench. Now you're arguably the focal point of this WVU team. Kind of what has your personal growth looked like to allow you personally to get to this point?
Honestly, it's not surprising to me. I've put in the work my whole life to get to this point. I've, had a lot of days, obviously with quarantine, just constantly working out with my brother, my dad, things like that. So to me, it's not surprising, but I guess the outside looking in, it's probably a big time growth for that.
Ethan Bach. Ethan, your affiliation today, please.
I'm Ethan Bach from Blue Gold Sports Deuce. This is your first tournament appearance. Is it starting to set in for you? How excited are you? Just how have you been feeling since you got to Indianapolis?
Just really excited. I was talking with some of my teammates, and it's really like one of the most, like, I guess the closest feeling I get to it is kind of like an elite AAU tournament, where you got a bunch of big names, a bunch of guys that can really play. We got the best teams, the best players in America all in one place. And I think, it's unique with a tournament like this because, we all are together in a sense. You pass by a bunch of different teams at regular tournaments you wouldn't have a chance to even see. You just see them on TV and things like that. So I think it's a, exciting feeling just to be in the presence of, some of the best basketball players in America.
Justin Jackson, Morgantown Dominion Post.
Hey, Deuce, I think Sean McNeil may have played against some of these guys on Moorhead in high school. I'm just kind of wondering, has he dropped any knowledge on the scouting report? And has he talked about, going up against some of these guys in the past?
Just a little bit. I don't think he was that familiar with too many players, but any information he has, we're obviously going to use.
Cody Nesper. Cody, your affiliation today, please.
West Virginia Sports Now. Hey, Deuce, I'm just wondering, being the last game on Friday, what are you guys going to do to not, go stir crazy or, crawl out of your skin or something, just waiting, watching everybody else play?
I think it's, like I said before, we had a couple late games this season, and, we're just going to do the same thing, kind of take it slow, not, think about the game, kind of stay focused that day. But overall, it's a long day, try to keep relaxed, stay off our feet, things like that.
Our final question for Deuce that we have time for comes from Hayes Gardner. Now, Hayes, give us your affiliation, please.
This is Hayes Gardner with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Deuce, I was curious if you knew Sean McNeil at all before your time at West Virginia, and if so, how his game evolved since before then, and if not, just tell me about how Sean's helped the team this year.
I think I knew of Sean through a couple of AAU guys, but I knew he could definitely shoot it, and that's what he's done all year for us. Definitely shoot it. Kind of been like really a microwave, and put us on top of some games and got us out of holes a lot of times this year. He's just a guy that can, once he gets going, he's hard to stop.
Members of the media, our time